Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AVISOC', the Asian Virtual Student Opinion Competition 2021. The Honorable Rector of Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia, Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia, Dean of School of Government, University Utara, Malaysia, Dean of Faculty of Political Science and Law, Burapa University, Thailand, Director of Southeast Asian Minister of Education, Arsimeo Secretariat, all the judges, deans and director at Universitas Brawijaya, lecturers, students, and all of general audience. Thankfully for the presence of God, for His grace and guidance, we can gather together today at Saturday, November 20, 2021, at the Asian Virtual Student Opinion Competition 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, AVISOC' is an opinion article competition activity and poster organized by the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia, in collaboration with University Utara, Malaysia, Burapa University, Thailand, and Simeo Secretariat. This activity was attended by more than 400 works from 6 countries, divided into 5 category writing opinion article and 1 category poster. And it's such for me, Fanny Kinara, to lead this event and meet all of the participants around the world. For the first agenda, we listen to the Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Starting this event, we will have a welcoming remarks. First welcoming remarks is from Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. For Associate Professor Andi Fefta Wijaya, MDA, PhD, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi,
Recording
good morning,
in progress.
Sawadi. The Honorable Rector of Universitas Brawijaya, represented by Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, Professor Dr. Abdul Hakim, Director of Southeast Asian Minister of Education, Secretariat, Siamio, Dean of School of Government, University Utara, Malaysia, Dean of Faculty of Political Science and Law, Burapa University, Deans of Fordekis, the Indonesian Forum of Deans of Social Science at State Universities. In this case, I act as the president of Fordekis. Dean and Director at Universitas Brawijaya, Honorable Judge and Professor, Lecturer, students, participants of AVISOC 2021, and the general audience from Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Singapore, Vietnam, Myanmar, Cambodia, Brunei Darussalam, and India. First of all, I would like to send my gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, God Almighty, for giving us much blessing so we can attend this event today in our very best condition. Ladies and gentlemen, we initiate this international competition in student writing opinion and poster making as a means for them to practice expressing their critical thinking skill regarding the real world problems around them. It is common for us at the campus to discuss issues in empirical manners. However, we understand that the society and world outside the campus needs the result of our empirical discussion and research to solve the problem. This is based on the three pillars of higher education, or we call it Tridharma Pendidikan Tinggi, that every Indonesian lecturer and student must embrace, in which lecturer and student must contribute to the society. I think this is also the obligation they have to the other students from ASEAN. And we think one of the way is by expressing our thought, through writing some piece of opinion article and making poster, then publishing them in mass media. Ladies and gentlemen, I was informed by the committee that the total participant for this first edition of AVISOC 2021 reached 412 submitted work. These participants come from 6 countries. There is Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Brunei Darussalam, and Singapore. We are so proud to have wonderful works from their students. In my opinion, they all deserve to be the winners. But what can I say, that we can only decide only 18 winners for 6 categories for this AVISOC 2021. Whatever the result from this year competition, please do not make you stop from writing more and making more. Express your thought to the world as the society around you need you. Plus, we are looking forward to having your work in the next AVISOC 2022. See you in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to best appreciate the hard work and dedication that have been given by the judge. They have helped us to score all the 412 works within their busy time. Such a great work for them. So thank you, Dr. Chris Sachai Saman, Dr. Wahyudi from SOEMU, Dr. Sharifusah Osman, Dr. Ahmad Zubir from University Utara Malaysia, Dr. Anurat, Dr. Cakcai from Burapa University, as well as my own colleagues, Dr. Alfi Hariswanto, Dr. Asti Amelia Novita, Mr. Aulia Lukman Aziz, Ms. Kartika Putri Kumalasari, Mr. Taufik Akbar Al-Fajri, and Dr. Adriana Pengusti. Finally, my deepest gratitude goes to the co-host of AVISOC 2021, Southeast Asian Minister of Education, SEAMU Secretariat, School of Government, University Utara Malaysia, and Faculty of Social Science and Law, Burapa University, and Fordekis. I cannot wait for our future collaboration in any forms, including the installment of AVISOC in the coming years. Thank you very much. Enjoy the event today and have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The next welcoming remarks is come from Dean of School of Government, University Utara, Malaysia. For Associate Professor Dr. Halimah Abdul Manaf, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Prof. Dr. Abdul Hakim, Vice Rector of Universitas Brawijaya, represent Rector. Prof. Dr. Andy Fepta Wijaya, Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya. Prof. Dr. Tirapon Buala, Dean of Faculty Political Science and Law, Brawijaya University. Director of Simeo Secretariat, all academicians and participants of AVISOC' 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, a good morning to all. I'm very pleased on behalf of School of Government to be with all of you here today in awarding day of AVISOC' 2021. I believe that the competition reached the objective where we observed there are 412 opinion articles and posters were submitted from 6 different countries. Congratulations all. The competition reflects today post-COVID challenges where the competition focusing on the important topics covered regarding public management, digital literacy, tourism, and other topics very significantly. A post-COVID focused agenda today is full of challenges that must be handled with effective strategies and methods, so that it can be realistically implemented. Therefore, I believe AVISOC' 2021 is an excellent effort by Brawijaya University in providing the important platform for knowledge sharing by all participants to develop new ideas and practices that can be adapted in this situation. It is hoped that all of us would be able to reflect the ideas in our practice to benefit the life of our society. The most important element of us in university is helping other agencies to empower our society, independent living skills, and also train them to be with entrepreneurial skills. This team also responds to the global challenges where the knowledge gained here will provide participants with skills and knowledge that would empower them to lead their life and contributes to community. Ladies and gentlemen, my heartfelt thank you and utmost gratitude to the Brawijaya Universitas and others universities partner in support AVISOC'. Also, thank you so much to our students from School of Government, judges who participate in this competition. Congratulations once again to organizer for this fruitful competition. We do hope that AVISOC' has left a memorable impression in your memories. With that, thank you and stay healthy. Assalamualaikum.
The third welcoming remarks is come from Dean of Faculty of Political Science and Law from Budapest University, Thailand. For Assistant Professor Terapong, time is yours. I'm sorry, sir. Please unmute the mic first.
Sorry.
Okay.
Once again, Sawasdee Krap. So good morning, everyone, and good morning from Budapest University, Thailand. The weather today is really wonderful, and I'm sure the weather over there is also great as well. So dear Rector of Universitas Brawijaya, Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Dean of School of Government, University Utara, Malaysia, and also Director of Southeast Asian Ministers of Education, and distinguished guests and students. When I was told that there are 412 submissions, it does really give me a big, wonderful feeling about this event. And this event is really great and successful. So if someone just approached me and asked me, what is Thailand and ASEAN is looking like in 20 years from now, I myself cannot answer these questions because I'm sure I'm getting old at that time. So the future is with our students. The future is for the next generation. And this event is a very good platform for them to express their concerns, to show their ideas, and to give the floor to the generations that will hold the future true for everyone. So this event is a great springboard for all of them to work at the international arena and also to work at the international level as well. Because this event is a really, really wonderful milestone that everyone in this world is becoming a global citizen. And we are in the world of friendship as well. And I'm sure, the winners of this event will be the winner for every game. And the main purpose of this competitions is not the winning award, but the award is how to overcome the barrier of the language, how to overcome the barrier of how to show the ideas. The big concerns is that when students show their ideas, opinions, and concerns, how much student can translate that concerns into practice. And I think the next challenge is that how to translate the ideas into reality. So Brawijaya University is becoming a very good start for the event. And I'm sure there's gonna be this event next year, so on and so forth. So on behalf of my colleagues at Brawijaya University, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizing committee and then to everyone who make this competition wonderful and real. So once again, thank you very much and congratulations to the winners of this today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Terapong. And the next welcoming remarks is come from Director of Southeast Asian Minister of Education, or CIMEO Secretariat, represented by Deputy Director for Dr. Krit Sachai Somsaman. Time is yours.
Honorable Rector of the Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia, honorable representatives from the co-organizer of this event, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning from CIMEO Secretariat Headquarters in Bangkok, Thailand. On behalf of the CIMEO Secretariat Director, Dr. Ethel Agnes Pascual Valenzuela, I would like to say that CIMEO is very honored to be a part of this ASEAN Virtual Students Opinion Competition, or AVISOC 2021. Together with all our partners from Universitas Brawijaya in Indonesia, Burapha University in Thailand, University Uttara Malaysia, and Fakultas. Since the very beginning of this program, our team at CIMEO are very excited to see the establishment of such a wonderful opportunity for Southeast Asian students to develop their higher thinking skill and their language capability. We continue to witness the transformation from the concept note into MOU signing ceremony, the opening ceremony, the discussion with all of the judges, and today we are very excited to see all those hard works come to a realization with this prestigious awarding day of AVISOC 2021. Our team of judges at CIMEO carefully read every piece of submissions with excitement and appreciation of every contribution from the students. We are really impressed with the variety of ideas and delighted to see the creativity and critical thinking in all this writing. Creativity and critical thinking skills are highlighted in CIMEO priority area number 7, where we encourage the development of the 21st century skill. This competition, AVISOC, fits well with the CIMEO strategic plan, and we are very appreciated to be a part of AVISOC 2021 and would love to be a part of next year AVISOC, as well as other collaborative programs for all these partners in the future. I would like to congratulate all the winners of every categories and thank you to all participants of this competition. From all your submissions, your creativity, your critical thinking ability, and your communication skill are very impressive. I can envision the bright future of Southeast Asia lying ahead with the capability of this next generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the University of Brawijaya for your great initiation and hard working to make this competition a great success. And also Burapaya University, University Utara Malaysia, and for the kids for your wonderful collaboration. We are delighted to be a part of this very interesting event and competition. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Dr. Krit Sajai. And the last welcoming remarks is come from Rector of Universitas Brawijaya Indonesia, represented by Vice Rector for Student Affairs for Professor Dr. Andes Abdul Hakim MSI. Time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Pertama-tama, marilah senantiasa kita panjatkan puji syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, karena atas berkat, rahmat dan hidayahnya lah kita bisa menghadiri bersama acara ASEAN Virtual Student Opinion Competition yang diselenggarakan oleh Fakultas Ilmu Administrasi Universitas Brawijaya. Saya mewakili Bapak Rektor Universitas Brawijaya menyampaikan apresiasi dan penghargaan setinggi-tingginya kepada Dekan Fakultas Ilmu Administrasi, Bapak Dr. Andi Pepta Wijaya, MDA PhD, Bapak Dr. Alfi Hariswanto, MAP, Chairman of AVISOC' 2021, Dr. Hermawan, MSI, Deputy Chairman, Aulia Lukman Aziz, Sekretaris AVISOC' 2021, dan Irfan Karisma Putra, MAB, Public Relation Officer AVISOC' 2021. Saya sangat berharap melalui kerjasama dengan Southeast Asian Minister of Education, kemudian juga dengan School of Government University Utara Malaysia, serta Faculty of Political Science and Law Burapaya University di Thailand. Kerjasama ini bisa menghasilkan mahasiswa kita yang berkualitas. Saya juga berharap agar kegiatan ini bisa diteruskan secara berkelanjutan di masa-masa yang akan datang, dengan lebih menambah variasi lomba yang dilaksanakan yang disesuaikan dengan program dari Kementerian Kemendikbud, Riset dan Teknologi. Demikianlah harapan yang bisa kami sampaikan mewakili Bapak Rektor. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The next part, we will have an international motivation speeches, embracing an era full of VUCA. What ASEAN students should prepare from student of 3 university. First speech is from Juan Dwi Putra. He is Brawijaya University Ambassador and student from Faculty of Administrative Science Universitas Brawijaya Indonesia. He is also Tourism Ambassador of Malang City and have a lot of achievement and contribution in many national or international events. Please welcome Juan Dwi Putra.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for the chance for me to share my experience while I'm studying University of Brawijaya, and I'm so glad for this. Well, my name is Juan Dwi Putra. I'm a student of Public Administration, Faculty of Administrative Science, University of Brawijaya, and I also now currently active as University Ambassador of Brawijaya University. Well, I'm so happy that I have a chance to share about my activity when I'm studying University of Brawijaya. Well, but before I share and before I tell you about my experience, how I manage my time, and then some tips as proactive students in universities, I want to tell you about my own motto. There is yakin, doa, kerja keras pasti bisa, which means yakin is a belief. I try to remind myself to always believe with every single thing on myself, plus and minus point of myself. And then second, I always try to pray a lot to God to support me. And the last is about hard work. I think it will be useless if we believe with ourselves and then we also pray a lot, but we never show your hard work until you can reach or perhaps break your limits. And I believe if we can do that, we can reach what we want, we can achieve our goals. Okay, we can next to another slide. Okay, what should we do as a college student? Actually, we have a lot of things that we can do as college student. You can follow your passion, you can follow what you like related to your talent or many more. But myself, I personally trying to implement the 3 pillars of higher educations that have already explained previously. First, research. Second, education. And the third, social service. Well, these 3 pillars of higher education, or we can call as Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi, it's very well known in universities all over Indonesia, not only in University of Brawijaya. The first about research. I think research is really important because it will give a lot of benefit for many people. To increase the quality of education, it also can be, the needs of development program, the needs of education and knowledge. It also can be a new source of information and also can increase the innovation culture of the researcher. And then the next is education. I think education is also really important because this is the main point of these pillars. In this education, we try to, provide professionals that are able to suit with current condition, with information and technology that also will affecting social, culture, art, and many things. And the last is the social service. I think social service is something that I love the most because we can meet many people from different background. I personally active on doing social project. We visit some poverty area to support and educate the people and also give the feeling of inclusive for these people. And I think from all of these 3 points, we can implement all of this. But if we are not sure to implement all of the 3 points, I think it's also okay because I personally only focus on education and also social service because honestly, I'm not that good enough at doing research. So yeah, I will be more focused on education and social service. And how we implement all of these 3 things? There are a lot of ways for us to implement this. The first, we can follow some competitions, especially for you who really interested in doing research, you can follow some competitions, something like that. Following organization, doing volunteers, following committees or something like that. I think that can be a way for you to implement all of these things, research, education, and social service. And it sounds like wow, it's quite busy. And yeah, I agree with that because it takes a lot of my times. Sometimes when I implement all of these things, I ever not going back to my to my room, to my house for, I think, 1 day or 2 days because of very, very busy activities. But I also want to share some things, how I face all of my activities in university as a college student who active in committees, organization, and also some volunteers. Okay, we can next to another slide. All right, I put into 4 points. There are set priority, set goals, networking, and good management. First, about set priority. Making priority is very important. You should know what you want to do so you can make your priority. I personally put academic or education as my main priority. Because of what? Because when I put academic or education as my main priority, I will not being disturbed of another activities. Even I am busy with organization, committees, or volunteers, but I still able to manage my education. And fortunately, until today, I already in 7th term of my study. I got a safe score for my study, and I feel so glad for that. And then the next set goals. If you have something that you want to achieve, you should be able to control or making your goals. I put into 2 types or set goals. First, short-term goals, and second, long-term goals. On my short-term goals, I try to manage every single goals that I want to achieve in my long-term goals. So I try to make it connected between each other. So you have to understand what you want to achieve. What is your goals? So you can make these goals for your own self. And I'm also happy that from all of my goals, when I'm in university as a student, I can achieve all of that. And I seriously can achieve all of that. And the next, good management. As what I said before, if we are quite active or proactive in some organization or in committees or volunteers, you should be able to have a good management skills. There are time management, emotional management, money, and also energy. First, about time management. It's something that, quite interesting because we only have 24 hours with our busyness, but you have to control it very well to manage which one is for your educational things, which one is for your another activities or something like that. And then for the energy, control your energy, especially into this era in pandemic. Health management is also really important. So you should be able to understand how you manage your energy, what time you should rest, what time you should have fun, what time you should be busy with your activity. And the next, emotional intelligence. Well, emotional intelligence is something that really important for me because if we cannot control our emotion, it will affect our activities. Is that in your academic or perhaps in your relation with your friends, with your lecturer and others. And the next, networking. Well, networking is something that very amazing for me. It's like a diamond. The first time I opened gate of my networking was when I was chosen as University of Brawijaya ambassador. From that, I get a lot of relation with many people from University of Brawijaya or outside University of Brawijaya. I also quite active, invited in some organization or in some activities as a MC or moderator or sometimes also speakers, just like today. And I think this coming from the networking that I made. I never expect that I can be here to share about my experience to all of you here, and I'm so glad. So set priority, set goals, networking, and also make a good management. I think can be something that you should implement it on yourself as a college student, and it also can make you feel more ready to face your future. Especially, we will face many challenges after we graduate from universities. Okay, we can continue. Okay, I always tell myself to dare myself and be proactive. Even I don't know what I will face in the future, but just let it flow and try. If you are failed, I think it's also okay because we will never know. From that failure, it could be something big in the future that can develop yourself to be a better person. Well, as you can see, there are my achievements since the first term of my study in University of Brawijaya until today. I'm so happy I can be a representation of University Brawijaya in EE Aslin International Conference in NTU, Singapore, and then I also put some my writing skills on paper and accepted in international conference in Lisbon, Portugal, and I also active follow Model United Nations and many more. And my big achievement in university, of course, selected as a winner of Putra Brawijaya or University Ambassador in 2020. And until today, I almost graduate from university, which is I should just focus on my education, on my thesis or something like that. But still, I still want to be proactive and want to make myself useful. I follow tourism ambassador of Malang City, we call as Kakang Kota Malang, and I become first runner-up of Kakang Kota Malang 2021. And I'm so happy for that because I'm the only one who not coming from East Java or coming from Malang. I'm from Jakarta and I can be a representative of Malang City. And I think that's a big achievement and a good pleasure, and I feel so glad with that. Okay, we can continue. Besides dare yourself and then be proactive, I want to share that you can make yourself busy with your passion and unexpected experience. This is a very good thing. I think it's better for you to be busy with a good thing rather than you're busy with games or just hanging out with your friends. It's okay, but you have to limit that. I active in a lot of organizations, as you can see on my presentation. I follow some organizations like AVISOC' and Administrasi English Club is, at the time I follow English debate and something like that. And I also have a passion on photograph and cooking. As you can see, there's a short picture, a little picture of my photograph. I focus on minimalist styles, and I really love that. And it's become, something that can increase my personal branding. Many people knows me as, oh, Juan is the one who loves something aesthetic or something like that. And my friends give me a title like that. And then cooking, I love cooking. And from that, I also able to build my own business. I make sambal, called Sambal Bangjo. That's my brand. It's just come from my passions, my hobbies, and I'm happy that I can make money and then can make my own business through my hobbies. Even it's not that big yet, but yeah, I still develop this until good enough. Okay, we can continue. Okay, this is some benefit that I got after I built my network, like what I have said before. I invited to do some podcasts with another people in Airlangga University and then Institute Technology of Bandung and something like that. And then invited as moderator, is that international moderator or sometimes national moderator, and master ceremonies, speakers, and do some social service. As you can see, there's two types of social services when I did in before pandemic eras and in pandemic eras. So be proactive. The key is be proactive if you want to make yourself useful. And I think that's all from me. I just want to share that. So I hope after you see my stories, my way since the first term of my study until the 7th term of my study, I hope it can be something that can support yourself and your spirit to be more proactive, even we are living in pandemic era like this. So I think that's all from me. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day and good luck.
Thank you, Johan, for the motivation. And the next speech is from Muhammad Lukman bin Jamalil Idrus. He is Special Officer to CEO of KXP Airport City Holdings Malaysia and student from School of Government University Utara Malaysia. And he have a lot of experience on marketing, awarding, and many more. Hello, Muhammad Lukman bin Jamalil Idrus. Hello, Lukman.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Can you
warahmatullahi
listen to
wabarakatuh. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, fine. Thank you so much for having me in this program today.
Okay, are you ready for your speech?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
Lukman, time is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Master of Ceremony. First of all, I would like to thank to the Brawijaya University, Burapa University, and of course Simeo. And the most I would like to thank to Dr. Halimah, Deans of School of Government, University Utara Malaysia, Dr. Ahmad Zubey, and the most important person to me is Dr. Sharifuza, who actually invited me personally to this event. Even though my schedule quite packed, but because of her, I think this is the opportunity for me to share what is actually the students all around the world have to be prepared in terms of you yourself with the current situations of what we are facing now because of a pandemic, COVID-19, and so forth. I think what Mr. Juan has presented previously motivates you as a student to get yourself ready in terms of prepare yourself in the university. I'm not going to stress on that. I'm going to stress on what you could do or what you can do to make yourself ready to enter the real jobs. You have to enter the real industry. This is the thing that I think most of us take for granted. As previously, we are in the university. What is actually our goal? What is actually we wanted to achieve? And what's the most important thing to me is you have to bear in mind the reason why we are in the university. We wanted to enhance the knowledge that we have. We wanted to be somebody in the future. And the most important things, you have to set a goal with what Mr. Juan has said previously, which is you have to set long-term goal, mid-term goal, and your short-term goals. Because without goals, you are doing something useless because you know nothing. What is actually you wanted to do? Despite now with the pandemic COVID-19, bear in mind, previously I'm going to give just a bit of data. In Malaysia, for example, every single year we have about 200,000 plus graduates. 200,000 plus graduates, and lots of them are not able to be present or not able to work, to be in the industry, whether in the government or even in the private sector. Why? Because the competition is very high. The competitions in terms of you are compete with your own friends. But in this pandemic era, what you have to bear in mind, you compete with the people who already has experience. For example, the people who are already in the industry for about 15 years, in the industry for about 4, 5, or even 10 years, they've been kicked out from the industry because of the current situation. And the next years, you will be graduated. All of us going to be graduated. What is our preparations? The competitions is really big. The market is small. How you're going to be cream among the cream? That's the most important things you have to bear in mind. As a student, to me, you have to be very critical of. You should have the critical thinking. Why? You have to be creative. You know what is the problem. Go and find the solutions for the problem. Be prepared for the problem. But one thing that I really bear in mind, in whatever cases previously I've gone through, you have to do mistake. The mistake is the best teacher for you all. Do not afraid of doing mistakes. This is the thing that I always spoke to every single event I've been called, program or whatsoever. I always stress on do not afraid of doing mistake, but bear in mind, do not repeat the mistake. Because mistakes will absolutely teach you how to be better. Mistake will always teach you how to be better person in the future. The mistakes is actually a good thing for you to really study on it. For example, if doing mistake previously, you are not going to do it again. That is the best thing in your life. But if you repeat that mistake, this is your own risk that you should take. You cannot blame everybody because you are the one who make that mistake again and again and again. And I would like to stress here that I'm very shocked to being told just now that 400 plus submission for this particular program with the AVISOC 2021. And I'm really, really surprised of this kind of participation. For your information, previously, I was at IPDN, it's an Institute Pemerintah Dalam Negeri Jatinangor, yes. Was in the University Utara Malaysia and being invited under IMTGT. Being there with my friends, of course, in Burapua University, Alhamdulillah, I still got contact with them. And at there, we can learn much thing to me. If you are able to be friend with everybody, meaning to say you are actually creating networking. What Mr. Juan had said previously was actually the main key point that every single student, not just students, but everybody, even though if you are entering the industry, you are in the real jobs, you have to create networking because this is the key where you can be somebody in the future. By creating networking, I start creating my networking since the university. I'm involving with lots of club, involving with the student society. I was yang dipertua president of the students council previously in the university. This is the thing that you have to do. Even though you do not have to be somebody big, but you have to involve yourself in making sure that you are what we call that, you know what is actually the surrounding around you in terms of doing programs, involving yourself, creating a program. For example, this AVISOC program. This is an international program because once you graduate from the university, these such things is actually going to apply in the real world. For example, I'm giving my own example now. After my graduating, I have to serve for the state, Kedah state government, in terms of delivering a mega project to change the horizons of state of Kedah as well. We are handling a mega project, which is the economic game changer for the states. This is very different from what I learned in the university. But this is the thing that you have to bear in mind. Whatever you learn in the university is just a knowledge. It's absolutely to you to use that platform to encourage yourself to be somebody in the future. Do not hesitate or do not, what we call that, put a barrier to yourself. I'm studying this course and I have to work in this field. Absolutely wrong. The university, the educations there in university is just a platform, a stepping stone for you to be somebody in the future. This is the reason why we are in the university. University is the platform for you to have knowledge, to learn something. At the end of the day, you are the one who decide where you are going to go. Use those knowledge in the university to be a stepping stone for you to be somebody in the future. Absolutely in the industry. Doesn't matter you are going to serve with the government or even you're not going to serve with the government, private sector or whatsoever. But to me, the most important thing is you have to be ready. Get yourself ready in terms of you're going to be in the real life industry. Because the industry is not big. You have lots of graduates out there. but you have to be cream among the cream. You have to be somebody that people can rely on, even though you are young, fresh graduates. I'm giving an example of myself. Handling a mega project at this young age is not easy. But for you to be this, you have to have what we call that first networking. The second thing is you have to have the knowledge. I've learned a lot in the university. Madam Sharifuza, Dr. Sharifuza, sorry. Dr. Sharifuza, I did contact her a lot to spoke in terms of to speak to her what is actually I can contribute back to the university. And I always been called to give a talk, sharing some ideas. But at the end of the day, I really, really wanted all of our students here to look forward. What is our Chogan Kata at the University Utara Malaysia, or what we are actually, the university have their own, we call that Ilmu Budi Bhakti, which is knowledge, virtue, and service. This is the thing that I always stress all the students. Once you go to the university, what is the main goal you have to bear in mind? You have to get knowledge. You have to get knowledge. You have to get knowledge. Put yourself, be yourself, or create yourself with lots of knowledge so that you can be somebody. After you have knowledge, you have to have budi, which is virtue. If you have knowledge, but you being so snoobish, you being so riak, kakabur, at the end, where are you going to be? You're not going to be anywhere. It's just being for yourself. You have to be very virtue to every single person in the world. Because by being that, apply that thing, inshallah, you will be somebody in the future with a very fast track. And the most important thing is bhakti, services. Go back to the society. Once you are in the industry, you have been succeed of doing something. Go back to the society. It's actually the fast tabiqul khairat. Our something that we are going bring back. This is the thing that you have to think. Bringing something back in the next life. Every single person here is going to end our life, but what we are going to bring in the next life. This is the thing that you have to bear in mind. Be a student, find something that you can contribute back to the society by giving the knowledge. I always say to all the people that I've met previously, if you are the one have the knowledge, but at the end of the day, you have the knowledge and you want to keep it to yourself. The knowledge is not going to be anywhere. Some people always say to me, why you always go to talk, giving some talk, giving some, what we call that, talk here, there, give us the program and so on. What do you get? To me, the most important things, even though I cannot, the people who listen to me cannot get 100% whatever I talk, whatever I give, at least he or she could get 20%. That is my absolute, what we call that, saham to me. So I can be prepared for the next life. This is the thing that you have to bear in mind. Prepare yourself in the university. Find something in the university that will absolutely create who you're going to be. Set goal. Who is actually you wanted to be in the next 10 years, 20 years. So that use this platform at the university to get yourself ready to achieve those particular goals. The most important things is, to me, you have to have a very critical thinking. Think out of the box. That is the most important thing. Even though you are in industry, you've been selected to be in the position. It's very easy. But to deal with people, you have to have a critical thinking. For example, I'm dealing with lots of international consultants, came from Paris, came from Hong Kong, came from Aussie. These particular fellas is the one who always have a big knowledge. But for you, as the owner of the project, how you're going to tackle this particular thing. They have lots of, Europeans have lots of studies being done previously, and they are very, very critical in terms of doing decision. But as an owner of the project, you have to know where to do decision making. Be a right person to do a decision making. By how? You have to have a critical thinking, think out of the box. You have to balance whether this is right or wrong. Go to the management, think of what is actually right and what is the best for the state. The economic game changer or whatsoever thing, you have to bear in mind. You are going to be somebody in the future. You are the one who will govern the states. You are the one who's going to contribute for the country. Without all of you, the nations are not going to move. You are the next generations who's going to be a leader for that particular nations you are represent for. So to me, if you really wanted to be somebody in the future, use the platform in the university. Involve yourself with much program as much as possible as you can to make yourself ready to face the real world. With the current pandemic situation, it's not easy for every single person in this world to be marketable, but you yourself have to make your own self marketable. You yourself have to make sure that the industry notice you. You are the one who can create that. Without you yourself, there will be nobody else can help you. Involving yourself in this program is one of the opportunity that you really have to take in terms of developing yourself. To me, whatever program you are involved is actually the things that you have to bear in mind is going to give benefit to you all. Doesn't matter how small the program is, how big the program is, but to put the soul in the program, to really participate in the program. Winning or losing is part of the game in the world. The winning side's not going to win forever. The lose side not going to lose forever. But you are the one who decide. Am I really put my soul in the program? What do I get from this program? What opportunity do I get? I get to know lots of friends here. I get to, what we call that, notice lots of participants from all around the world. And use this particular platform. Get some contacts. Go, maybe one day we do not know whether you are going to that particular country. You have the contact there. Do ring the phone, meet with them. Change the one thing that I really appreciate of the student nowadays. They have what we call that. They have strength to throw their ideas. This is the thing that I really wanted all the students nowadays, whether the young graduates or whoever. Once you can contribute something to the society or even in the class. One of the problem with our students nowadays is they hesitate to throw their ideas. This is very important. Participate in class, participate in the program is very important to make sure you can be somebody in the future. You have to have a very good in terms of confidence level to throw an ideas. Do not hesitate to throw an ideas. Because from there, whether your idea is going to be accepted or not, is going to be a different story. But the most important things, you are the one who will actually create your thing to be thrown on the table. Is going to be accepted or not? It's up to them. But the ideas of you must be thrown. You have to throw the ideas to the people. Let the decision maker making a decision. Do not hesitate to throw in the idea. Throwing the ideas is actually the good thing of you to build a very critical thinking of yourself. If you cannot be a person who have a critical thinking, it's going to be a problem in the future. With the current era, we are now moving forward to AI, artificial intelligence. This is the thing that you have to ponder. In terms of fulfill the industry needs, this is the thing that you have to ponder. After you graduate, what you're going to do. I always tell people that whatever we do in the university or even whatever we do outside the university, you have to think for long term. What will happen to me? What am I going to achieve? This is the thing that I wanted every single person, every single student, every single participant in this program to ponder. What is actually the benefit of I'm be in this program? Am I going to be the one who's going to win? No, that's not the thing. Winning is some bonus for yourself, but contributing, participating, getting some experience from the program, that is the thing that you have to put in your mind to make sure that you can be somebody in the future. I think that's all from me. which I think the most important things I would like to conclude that you have to be yourself, have goal that you have to set, and be very creative for the future. You are not going to stay in the university for so many years, but you are going to be somebody after you graduates from the university. Prepare yourself, use the university platform as a stepping stone so that you can be somebody in the future. Be somebody in the future meaning you are going to govern your states or govern your nation. Contribute something to the nation. So I would like to end here. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for Lukman for the gorgeous speech, and we go into the last speech is come from Mrs. Primprapa Masukmo. She is a student from Department of Political Science, Faculty of Political Science and Law, Burapa University, Thailand. And she have many work experience in Thailand. Hi, Mrs. Primpapa.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine too. Are you ready for your speech?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Mrs. Primpapa, time is yours.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about COVID-19 and polity. Recent country-wide database from the Ministry of Education reveals that there are 1.3 million students trapped in extreme household poverty. Out of those, 600,000, mostly youth, have been out of schooling system because of poverty, social inequality, and private issues. COVID-19 pandemic had widespread in Thailand for 2 years and put Thailand to face acute problems. Apparently, the economic meltdown, resulting in stagnant economy and that cuts down domestic consumption, has spiked job losses and increased a number of cash-strapped people. Reportedly, overall, Thailand's economic growth is 15% shrinking, and tourism has been exacerbated because of the pandemic had stopped foreign tourists and domestic traveling. It seems like the economic always get a top priority and economy report is abundant. However, little is known about how those students living with poverty and dropout school age children tackle the pain points. The government should have prioritized schooling and education as well. Therefore, I will show you what poor students and youth have been facing during COVID-19 outbreak. A recent study indicates that 4,300 students discontinue their further education because of the pandemic, and with this rate, the dropout student population is spiking. Inadequate decent education will deprive them of passion and self-improvement, and it will narrow their life opportunity. So, what does in schooling system have been facing? Unquestionably, they have received the negative impacts since the beginning of the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, the government has imposed school lockdown policy to prevent the possibility of virus transmission from physical interaction at the school gathering. With the strict lockdown policy, students are forced to attend digital classrooms. With digital divide among students and teachers, the learning outcomes have been spiraling down. In my point of view, the prevention policy is not comprehensive. The online learning platform bring up burning issues. Poor students, more than 200,000 from 29 provinces in Thailand, have faced difficulties with attending online classrooms. The major causes of poor attention from online classrooms include inappropriate online learning materials, no electricity, no internet access, and no internet-friendly devices. Poverty has deprived them of appropriate digitality. Apart from that, food insecurity among poor students has been documented because many of them are in free school food programs. The study from home policy get them trapped in household poverty. Obviously, we all know that poverty is not falling from the sky and stay real in the world. So, what causes poverty in the first place? Today, I will highlight just some main causes of it. The first one is non-competitive employment and economic recession, particularly urban poverty. The poverty becomes worse, and many people will simply not make enough money to live with any sense of convenience and quality. The second one is limited food and clean water access. Inaccessible food and clean water have inextricably interwoven with body functions. Without healthy food and clean water, people are unable to work effectively, and it can put their household finance at a great risk. The third is lack of civil work infrastructure. Road connection will facilitate transport activities and more economic booms. Without well-connected road conditions, remote community people will be left behind. The labor market and traveling from their areas may be costly. Again, they may be unemployed. The fourth is social injustice, such as discrimination based on sex, wealth, or race. People who face forms of social injustice struggle with getting decent education, ample job opportunities, with fairness and economic resource access. They can get them out of the poverty trap. And last but not least, little government support. Let's picture it. If we were living in a society that gives us insufficient income, poor infrastructure, limited food access, social injustice, and no government support, could we imagine how terrible our lives were? The government needs to give positive interaction. The government needs to give the positive interventions to alleviate poverty. If not, the poor will stay poorer. Now, the pandemic has aggravated the poverty. Undoubtedly, during the outbreak, COVID-19 gave me a big shock of anxiety. For example, death worry, stress, cabin fever, etc. I confess that COVID-19 is the biggest worry in my life. Despite its negative impact to our lives, COVID-19 in return gives us a wake-up call to the main problems. So, what are the main problems then? COVID-19 helps us visualize the main problems clearer and draw full attention from people from the whole wide world to the real problem, the poverty. Historically, poverty exists, and it has become increasingly significant over centuries Poverty was born thousands years before COVID-19. Poverty is the major actor in the world history chapter, and it will be as it is. As a student living in poverty, I have been through the poverty issues before COVID-19. I would like to take this opportunity to speak up and convince people to tackle poverty through the lens of COVID-19 with human face. My aim today to paint a brighter future with inclusive society, or known as no one get left behind. I am sure solving pandemic problem is a Herculean task, but don't let it discourage us all to fight, because the real problems still lie ahead. It is poverty. COVID-19, to me, is just a big quiz, and it can puzzle us for a little while if we, humankind, hold on together. We win at the end. And believe me, the brighter future for everyone is not rocket science. Thank you very much. And thank you very much again for having me here today. This is the wonderful day for me. Thank you.
Thank you for all the speaker for the judge's speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about entering the core of the event. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the announcement of winner for AVISOC 2021. Shall we note that the judge's decision is absolute and cannot be contested. But before that, for all participants can open the camera. And who is the winner? Let's find out. Story, opinion article issue in Educational Practice and Management. Third winner, Kamon Ratnaprum, Department of Public Administration, Faculty of Political Science and Law, Burapha University, Thailand. Second winner, Gustu Safira Faiza Fortunella, Additional Administration Program, Fakulty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. The first winner, Giner V. Orensa, College of Education, Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, South La Union, Campus, Philippines. The next category, opinion article about issue in business administration. The third winner goes to Sirapop Romnen Wang, Department of Public Administration, Faculty of Political Science and Law, Burapa University, Thailand. The second winner, Zairel V. Cordero, Business Management major in Marketing Management, Cavite State University, Bacoor Campus, Philippines. First winner for this category, congratulations from Ho Victoria Ruth Manuela, Business Administration Program, Fakulty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. The next category is issue in taxation, accounting, and finance. The third winner, Bunyari Tinwan, Public Administration, Burapa University, Thailand. The second winner, congratulations Wisnu Aji Jaka Pratama, Perpajakan Fakulty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. And the first winner for this category goes to Filza Farah Egalita, Taxation Program, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. Category is opinion article about issue in public administration, public policy, politics, and social trends. And the third winner is Nilu Sepia Adiani Putri, Ilmu Administrasi Negara, Universitas Warmadewa, Indonesia. The second winner goes to Raffi Ramadan, Department of Public Administration, Fakulty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. And the first winner for this category goes to Manatsenan Pantong, Political Science and Law, Local Government for Burapa University, Thailand. Category is opinion article, issue in digital information and technology. The third winner, Deka Nur Amira Nabiha Munawaroh binti Pung alias, Bachelor of Islamic Economy, Sultan Syarif Ali Islamic University, Brunei Darussalam. Herlina Pramestika, Library Science, Fakulty of Administrasi Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. And the first winner for this category goes to Lester Leonard B. Antonio, Bachelor of Science in Business Management, Cavite State University, Bacoor City Campus, Philippines. And for the last category is Poster Tourism Campaign for Living in the COVID-19 Pandemic. The third winner goes to Nur Aini binti Muhammad Nazari, Bachelor of Public Management, University Utara, Malaysia. Arya Sutanto from Tourism Program Fakulty of Administrasi Sains Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. And the first winner for this category goes to Bima Juliansyah, Arsitektur Fakulty of Engineering Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. Congratulations for all the winners. Also, thank you for all those who have supported to organize this event, as well as UB Media and Communication Group as an official media partner. But before I close this event, I would like to invite all the committee of AVISOC 2021. Please come to the stage. Dr. Andes Andi Fefta Wijaya PhD, Yusri Abdillah PhD, Dr. Hamidah Nayati Utami, Dr. Muhammad Rozikin, Dr. Alfi Hariswanto, Dr. Hermawan, Aulia Lukman Aziz, Abdul Qadir Muslim, Ali Mudin, Agung Supriyanto, Devi Nur Cahaya Ningsih, Sukmawati Nur Salamah, Muhammad Nurul Bustami, Bayu Amengku Praja, Endri Putra, Dr. Fadila Amin, Dr. Farida Nurani, Adriana Pangestuti, Dr. Ari Darmawan, Priyandita Sukowidianti Asmoro, Muhammad Rizky Pratama, Langgeng Setiono, Deta Alfian Fajri, Ali Maskur, Irfan Karisma Putra, Nurjati Widodo, Safarudin Hisham Tualeka, Hefri Johan Ferdiansah, Lucy Desyana Rahma Devita, Marganing Sulistyo Rahayu. Thank you, I'm Fani Kenara signing out and see you on AVISOC 2022.